Now, the whole point of creating online content is so that you can create awareness around what you do and get people to know your business, your brand, and bring them to you as opposed to you chasing them, right? So online content is really important for generating traffic, and you want to generate traffic right back to your website because, of course, your website is a central piece of your marketing. It's the centerpiece. Everything should lead back to that. And that's where you're going to basically convert your leads. You have more control over the experience. You have more control over the narrative. You can provide the narrative that you want right there on your website. And it's just somewhere that you can actually have more leverage. So you want to be driving people back to your website from your content. But how do you do that? Well, that's what I'm going to share with you today in this episode of Future Steps Creative. I'm going to share with you 3 ways that you can use to generate traffic back to your website from your online content. Hey there, my name is Marlon. If you're new here, welcome. This is Future Steps Creative, the podcast that talks about online strategies around your website and around your online content so that you can build and grow your online business around your knowledge and expertise. So if this is something that you're into, obviously you are in the right place. Hopefully I can provide you with some value. So as I've said, I'm going to jump into 3 points here that you can use, or 3 things that you can use or ways that you can drive traffic back to your website from your online content. Now, step number 1 is to always promote your call to action to your lead magnet. So always mention your lead magnet. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's basically something that you give away of value for free on your website that your ideal client or customer is going to want. They're going to desire it. It's going to be so irresistible that they're happy to come and sign up for it by giving you their details. This would be their name and email address, so that you can then follow up with them. Once they've signed up, they're in your marketing funnel essentially, and you're able to nurture those leads and convert them into sales through your email list and your autoresponder, the emails you send to them, etc. Or you can follow up with them by booking a call. However your funnel is set up, you want to make sure that you always promote your lead magnet. And of course, you need to have a lead magnet in the first place. So if you haven't got a lead magnet on your website, again, this is something that you're going to need to have to optimize for conversions, because people want to come and have a compelling reason to actually leave their details. Otherwise, they leave your site and you probably won't ever see them again. The second thing that you want to do is to promote your content on social media. So the way I do this is basically I have my primary content being published as my podcast, and I also have videos that I do like how-to tutorials and things like that on YouTube. And what I then do is at minimum is share the link. As soon as I publish, I will share that out to LinkedIn, Facebook, and I'll probably do a graphic on Instagram as well. And, people can then see that. And what I'll do is say, hey, if you are interested in watching it or going through to the post, I should say. Normally I do a post per episode of my podcast with resources and like any links and so on. People can then go back to that post, and right there, they're on my website. Once they land on that, I have my lead magnet or whatever it is that I want them to do as a next step on my website. So that's a natural way for you to get them back to the website by saying, hey, check out the full post over on the website, or check out all the additional resources associated with it on the website. Now, the third way you can drive traffic to your website from your online content is by offering content upgrades. Now, a content upgrade is similar to a lead magnet, only that it is more specific to the content that somebody's watching. So as opposed to a regular lead magnet where you have when you have a general lead magnet that is kind of non-specific to any particular piece of content, you could promote it as long as you have the right audience. It's the same audience, you can promote it either way. But with a content upgrade, it is basically an additional thing on top of the content that they're already consuming. So the way in practical terms that this would work is I've seen where they might have a podcast episode, or they're doing their podcast, and they might do a segment of that podcast as an exclusive behind the closed doors type of thing, where it's an extra version, it's an extra section, so people can then sign up if they want to get that extra part of the episode. Sign up for that using their email, and they opt in that way, basically to get access to just that segment. And in that segment, you might have some juicy tips or some additional like deep dives and things like that you might not have shared, or you wouldn't have shared in the regular episode, right? So if people want to get that, they need to sign up for it. So that's a natural content upgrade. Another way you could do this in a simple way is to basically offer the show notes or the transcript of a video or a podcast episode as a downloadable PDF. So if someone wants to take that with them, get all the notes so they don't have to go and do the work themselves to copy it down or save it or whatever it is. They don't want to have to read it on your website. They can just save it to their phone, opt in for the PDF, and have that saved there at any point. So, I mean, those are the three ways. Just to recap, so the first way to generate content back to your website or generate traffic back to your website from your online content is by promoting your lead magnet in your content. So you mention your call to action of your lead magnet to say, hey, this is what I want you to do. Go and get my free checklist. Go and get this free training. Go and get this free thing that I'm giving away that they want, right? The second way you can generate traffic back to your website from online content is by promoting your content on social media. So make sure you share it, in the sense that I forgot to mention this earlier, but you can actually do snippets of your episodes of your podcast or shorter videos taken from that, share that out and drive people back to the main content or the main post to see the full thing on your website. And the third way is by having content upgrades, which is basically adding on to the existing content, having something extra that they can actually continue to consume in a natural way, but they have to sign up for it. It's as simple as that. Once people are on your website, your job is to make sure your website is optimized to convert them into leads, and then you have that follow-up to convert them into paying customers, or to continue to nurture them until they're ready to pull that trigger and spend some money with you. So in the meantime, you want to be top of mind. So if you got any questions, as usual, regarding what I've just mentioned, leave me comments if you're watching the video, or drop me a line over on my website, marlonmcpherson.com. In the meantime, go ahead and check out another one of my episodes or pieces of content, and I will catch you in the next one. Now, keep doing your thing and take care.